Hello guys, my name is Justin, but you can call me Bonk. Welcome back to Bonk Stonks. In today's video, save 10% of your income every single year. And I'm going to jump into why. This should be a pretty quick video, but let's just jump into this. So what I did is I Googled the average income of somebody living in Canada, and if we look at just 16 years old and over, so for everybody, we're looking at an average income of $54,000. But let's actually look at the median, and this was in 2021. So hopefully that number is creeping up soon. But in 2021, the median income was $41,200. Now, what the median income means is that half the population is at less than that, and half the population is making more than that. So there are some outliers that are bringing that average up. As we see here, the average income was $54,000, but of course, we're including 16-year-olds here, and so some of them might not be making anything or making very little. But we'll look at this and we'll say the median income, the income that somebody can expect to make, is $41,200. So, looking at that, let's say you save 10% of your income and you work 25 years. And 25 years is kind of the golden number here. If you can make it work where you can save this 1% of your income, sorry, 10% of your income every single year, the beauty of it is that if you will have worked 25 years, so let's say you started working at 16 years old and you worked for 25 years, that would make you just 41 years old. By the age of 41, you will have saved $400,000. And now the great thing about this is approximately 10 times your annual income. And if you're getting this interest rate of about 10%, which is approximately what the S&P has returned over its history, then at this point, where you're in a situation where if you were to stop working at just the age of 41 years old, and you're just taking that 10% every single year, that is enough for you to live off of because you've been living off of less than that this whole time as you've been putting away this $4,000 every single year. But let's jump ahead here. Sorry, I keep hovering over that. If we go and we actually look at 25 to 54 years of age. So this is 29 years working. This is, I guess, what they would expect, like the average somebody would start working at age 25 and maybe start looking at retiring at age 54. That's like the dream for most people. It's usually later, but let's say it's that 29 years. Let's jump in here. So the median income for this group of individuals is $52,400. And if we jump back into our Excel spreadsheet here, so $52,400, saving 10% every single year. Um, Again, it's this 25 years of work. So actually by age 50, you will have made enough money that you can just live off of what you made and just receiving those dividends. And if you continue to work and you continue to save just this 10%, let's say you work another 5 years. So this would be retiring at age 55, $861,000. Right? And so what that means is now if you decide to retire at age 55, which is still early for a lot of people, you will actually be making this, getting 10% here, $86,000 a year. And that is $86,000 that you can just live off of. And if you can, get this all accumulated in a TFSA or RRSP, you might be able to get this without any taxes on it. Or, at least with your TFSA. And the contribution room on your TFSA is $6,000. Let me find out what the max amount you could have contributed to by right now is. All right, so by right now, everybody who had turned 18 before 2009, which was when the TFSA came into existence, you could have already put $95,000 in, right? And that's just contributions. And so let's jump back into our chart here. The net investment for somebody earning this income over 30 years and investing that annually is 157,000. So 90,000 of that amount, that means and getting 10% every single year, nine Sorry, so let's find out what that is. So, 90,000 over the 157,200 so 57%. So half of the income here. So, $43,000 of the income you are receiving every single year once you have retired, um, after contributing this amount over this amount of time, is actually going to be untaxed, which is great. So really, you're only going to have to pay tax on $43,000 income anyway. And so you're going to be living well above your means, and you're going to be able to do that by living within your means here. And really, $5,000 a year is not that much if you choose to live within your means. Now, my goal personally is to live at home for like at least the first year of work. Right now, I'm getting paid a decent amount, but at my current savings rate over the 6 month work term that I have now, I'm saving about 60% of everything I'm bringing in. Let's see, if I was saving 60%, and I know that's very high, but if you could save 60% of your income, you would have $5 million by the time you retire. But I mean, what is reasonable, right? Let's say you could save 20%. If you every single time you get paid, 20% instantly gets put aside. You cannot touch that money. You find a way to live off of what you have. How long do you have to work? Let's find out. 30 years, you got about 2 million. Let's say $1 million. You're living off 100K a year. That's pretty good. Sorry, if you make $1 million, if you save $1 million, you're making 100K a year. How many years do we have to work to get there? So I think it's going to be about 25. Yeah, so 25 years saving at 20% interest rate will get you to $1 million saved in your bank account, with an annual income of just $52,400. And so this is, it's possible, guys. You can be a millionaire, and once you hit that $1 million mark, you can live off of that money. $100,000 a year is really good, especially if you found a way to live off of $52,400 a year. And let's actually not to mention the amount you're saving off of that. So it'd be 52,400 times just 80%. So you found a way to live off $42,000. And this is average over those 25 years that you've worked. So maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but you know, if you have found a way to save this 20% of this amount over those 25 years, and you've found a way to live comfortably off of $42,000, then after 25 years of work, if you start at age 25, so by age 50, you can retire a millionaire. So, but let's jump back to zero point 0.1. 30 years. How many years would we need to be a millionaire? Oh, it's not that. 32 years. It's a lot of years. I haven't been alive that long. Seems like a good commitment of time. But 32 years, saving 10% of your income, you can be a millionaire. Save 10% of your income, guys. A millionaire, it's a great idea, right? But let's be honest. If you had 500K after 25 years, would you be that upset about it? That's still amazing to have, right? That is a amazing thing to be able to say that you have. So many people have not saved even $500,000, right? And that's high for most people. So please, guys, save 10% of your income every time you get paid. At least take 10%, put it away instantly. S&P, or whatever investment vehicle. If you're in Bitcoin, pardon me, if you're in Bitcoin, maybe you're getting even a way better interest rate. But if this is just 10% interest rate, 10% of your income in 30 years, 32 years, but let's say 30 years. What do you get? What do you get in 30 years? 861,000, that's still pretty good. But 32 years, 32 years you can be a millionaire. So that was longer than I expected, but I hope you guys will start practicing good saving habits, find a way to live within your means, and you can save a lot of money. And in the unfortunate circumstance that maybe you die, uh, that money can be passed on to your family, and hopefully it will serve them well as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Bonk. Guys, please check the links in the description. I've got ShakePay, BitGet, Wealthsimple, Crypto.com. These are all great platforms, and it would help me out. And I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Thank you, and bye-bye.